Welcome to Crime Time News and Entertainment with a Buzz. This one is called I am sending out an APB all points bulletin on the behalf of a community that is being terrorized by a police, picture shown on the screen. Sending this out to the Popo hierarchy, the Commissioner of Popo, Security Minister, and the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness, that they need to get a hold of a lot of these road cops that is causing all sorts of problems in our communities that are mostly volatile. They are not a part of the solution, they are a part of the problem. I am going to let someone explain everything that is happening in intricate details, and then I'll give my piece. Take a listen, take a look.
Yeah, my boss. The reason why I'm sending the police, man. The name look at it from Huntsby. The man is a pest to the community. In Greenwich Farm. Him look at the police, man. Him not doing police work. Him do criminal work. We call upon one of for help. For broadcast him and public him. You understand? Him a terrorize we. We can't have peace in our community. The man worse than the gunman them. You understand? The man worse than the gunman them. I beg you, please, I beg you to look at help with him. This policeman and them look at help. See? Man see all the look at pitting them. And I make them know, say, I'm going to kill them and put gun upon them. Him have a bandula gun to walk with. When he want to kill somebody and put it upon everybody where him see, they ever would look at youth, him see him threaten them, say, I'm going to kill them. I say him love kill on Saturday or Sunday. All the look at pitting them, they go to school, him tell that, my boy white gloves where him put on. And I threaten people, say, I'm going to kill them. They look at girl them in the community, I walk and look them. I walk and look, they look at school pitting them. And when them not give me a good hand, him style them as girl and disrespect them. We are call up on one for look at help with the police from Huntsby when I'm look at it. Want him leave you alone. He might terrorize when I community. He might terrorize. You look at you them do them business. He might walk a tax them and collect tax from them. Them can't do them business in peace. I bad up the youth them. I say I want money. He also look at man up at town family. They look at bando the gas work. When him catch them, him demands money. If him not get money, him take with them gas and them something there. Him now do police work, him do criminal work. On a need for broadcast this police from Huntsby when him look at him, I beg you, please my boss. Put it up, make the world see him. We're tired of him now. We're under pressure, we're under stress. Him a terrorize we. Please me I beg you my boss. Make this man come off away. I be a chutney him a check the people say I'm gonna kill them and put gun upon them. The man need to stop. If I look at thing I go on, I want give them man look at information. We can't give him look at information. Because to him I go on, the whole community afraid of the man. Told the man I go on. Man I move like a criminal. Now beg you please. Broadcast this policeman and him look at it from Huntsby, my boss. Now I beg you please. The whole community is scared of the man. We're tired of him. We got too stressed and pressure with him. This whole dirty thief in police, yeah. Man one of them Babaru. Babaru not go on so. Only when him and Babaru at work, him go on. Only when him on time Babaru go on so when him and look at it at work. The rest of police them say them cannot talk to him. Because if them go talk to him will go report them. And tell them say I tell lie upon them say he must stop them from do them work. So police them don't fuck with him and do afraid for talk to him. But him him bigger than them can't say him to him because him go to bigger heads and tell lie upon them. I'm afraid of him too. We need it to stop my boss. Now I beg you please. Put a stop in the street. Please. He might terrorize we. He might terrorize we. This cross is drunk where you terrorize we. We tired of him now. Want peace in our community.
So, people, this is my disclaimer. I am not a resident of Greenwich Farm or any of those adjoining communities. I don't know what is going on. This is based on voice notes. This is just one summarizing all the voice notes I have of different people complaining about this same police, Littlehead them call him, that works at Huntsby Police Station. So this is an all points bulletin to whom it may be concerned, meaning the upper hierarchy of the JCF Commissioner, Security, Justice Minister, and the Prime Minister, Andrew Holness. The people in this community, they are afraid of this man. The people in these communities are held hostage by not only criminal elements but also rogue cops. If what these people are saying and this man is doing what they claim, allege, accusing him of, then he is just or even worse than the criminal elements because he has a badge. And he thinks that this badge gives him the power to act without any sorts of repercussion. Well, officer, if that is the case, I am here to warn you that the people of Jamaica, the people of these communities are not going to put up with your extortion, criminal act behavior, bullying the people, terrorizing the people just for monetary gain. No sorts of respect for nobody, none at all. That is the problem in Jamaica. The police, some of them, there are good cops, there are bad cops. This man definitely fits into the criteria of being a bad cop, if what persons are saying is true. Hopefully, the people that it is intended to reach will get the message and they will take action ASAP. Do the right thing before the wrong thing is done to these communities. These people are very afraid of this popo and this crew based on what they said in several voice notes that I got. There needs to be some sorts of solution to this. The popo, they are there to serve and protect. They are there to make sure that the community is safe, not to do the polar opposite. And if what the people are saying about this man is true, that means he needs to go, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, there was a voice note or two voice notes that were making their rounds on social media with a man known as Indian, in which persons are saying that Indian is some sorts of Don, and an ex-man that them claim is some sorts of bad man. So Indian is the Don and the next man is the bad man, but Indian is the badder man. Indian was heard on the voice notes about up the man, saying that he is not loyal. Him have the BATTY a fling all over the place. And Indian I say, yeah, I him open it up. I him pretty much give him the boss. Now when I listen to those voice notes, I said to myself, I am neither a bad man nor a fish. But when I listen to stuff, I always read the fine prints. I said, yes, there are fishes out there that are bad men, and there are bad men that are out there that are fishes. But to the extent of how Indian sounds fishy, and the extent of how people are saying that Indian bad like Yaz, the bad Indian super cat-ish. And then this man that was supposed to be the person that Indian was badding up is also a bad man. I said to myself, yes, you can be a fish and be bad, and you can be bad and be a fish, but not to that extent of the badness and gayness. That combination is rare, and rare being the most appropriate word since we are speaking about fishes. So I said to myself, when people are saying it, and I said, blogger, you know, see where I go on, bad man, a bad up next, bad man, theme bottom. I said to myself, sure. And everything me run with it now. Whenever I listen to any sorts of voice notes, any sorts of videos, or any sorts of claim, especially on social media, this is my rule of thumb. If it is on social media, then it could be a lie. 50% is a lie. 50% it might not be a lie. Maybe sometimes 100%. So when I listened to this voice note, I was not very convinced. Not to say that the two men that were on the voice note were not gay. However, I doubt that they are bad as it seems. Well, maybe they must be bad, because if you're going to make the mistake of making a voice note like that go out, I am not saying that you're supposed to do your fishy deeds and you're supposed to be bad, but me just say, these people are really sloppy. Well, I can't even say sloppy top. Too homo. But me just say, there is no sorts of way somebody or people that are so GAY can be claiming the status of being any sorts of a bad man. It just won't fly. So I say, you know what? I am going to sit back, lay in at the cuts, and then later get to the, get to it, not the bottom of it, because we're talking about GAY and badness. So now there's a picture that is making its round on social media. And again, people, I cannot verify, I cannot validate. I don't know any of these two individuals. This is based on information, videos, and voice notes that are sent to me. So if you look at the screen, this is supposed to be the big bad Indian, the chichi bad man, the chichi dan that we heard in the voice notes.
This is the man on the voice note. Him is not a bad man.
I know you're not saying nothing to me positive, you know. Soon come not in a positive to me, you know, yo. Me know, so anytime when you get away in a this thing, you know, you're gonna be a wild goose, you know. Me know, you know. My mind, it just tell me, you know. You just have to be foolish, brother. Foolishness? I really see that, you know, like. What? I'm going to chat to you, I'm going to this year, chat and fuck with them youth. And they put, like a thing. I'm in a business, brother. Alright. God. Alright. Okay, you don't business. Alright, don't say a word. Alright, have a nice day. I'm going to show you who business now. I have bomb up. Oh, yeah. You want me to come and come kill your blood clot? You think I fun?
And this is my advice to Indian. If you are indeed the person whose voice was heard in those voice notes, and you are indeed a bad man, and you are indeed badding up a next man for his bottom, well, I guess you need to do none at all, because obviously you are proud. Obviously, you're trying to get yourself taken out for those voice notes. But if that picture is not your voice, Mr. Indian, the man looks Indian, so therefore, if it walks like a duck and quack like a duck, then it must be a duck. However, there are many Indians. So I say this to say that persons could have randomly got a picture of Indian and make up some sort of voice note saying that it is Indian and then get a next person. But then I ask myself again, who is going to volunteer? Who are these two persons that could be so GAY to the furthest extent that they're actually making up something just for the views, just for the gram? I am assuming that the voice note is real. I am assuming that the two individuals are real GAY. As far as the badness is concerned, I have questions. So I am just saying, is this a case in which they are trying to set up an individual? Or is this a case where those individuals sounding obviously GAY? However, to sell the story, they are going to say that this is some sorts of Dan, some sorts of bad man, so the badder man a bad up the next man for his bottom. So this is my advice to the person in the picture right here. If that voice note has absolutely nothing to do with you and somebody is trying to set you up, you need to go to the nearest TV station, radio station, make some sorts of posts on social media and say, listen, me not have nothing to do with that, because whenever stuff like this goes out and persons' pictures are out there, that person's life could be in imminent danger. I understand that Jamaica have a whole bunch of bad men and them have a whole bunch of brazen and brawling fishes. But this is to the furthest extent. This could get somebody actually losing their life, whether they have anything to do with it or not. That is as bad as it gets. Badness and gayness, a rare combination. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called Crime 101 for Dummies. The things that you're not supposed to do if you're dibbling and dabbling in a crime. Basic rule numero uno. Always try to lay stealth. Don't highlight yourself. Don't spotlight yourself. The higher that the monkey climbs is the more that he is exposed or she is exposed. However, when it seems as if persons are insecure within themselves, they want to do stuff so other persons can see them so that they can stand out. This is what I call the ghetto fabulous syndrome, and this appropriately applies as it pertains to Apple and Icon. Those two individual Jamaicans come from Jamaica, live in New York, moved to Connecticut, and then went nationwide for rob down the people and place shoplifting, clutching, boasting. Now here's the thing. Like I said, the higher that the monkey climbs is the more that he is exposed. They are exposed. Because these persons were always seen in a social media, in a the dancehall landscape, in a all sorts of clothes of the high profile type, meaning the Gucci, the Fendi, the Prada, the bags, the belt, the shoes, you name it, they had it all. They were ghetto superstars in the true sense of the words. What people don't understand is that the same people that you know don't like you, that you go on social media and bragging on, these are the same people that might get them feelings, might get bad mind, might call the popo, might call the feds, or even if they don't, every day that the bucket goes to the well, one day the bottom is going to fall out. If you are entangling in a life or career of crime, the law of possibility and probability is always going to run against you. Sooner or later, every day that the bucket goes to the well, one day the bottom is going to fall out. And that is exactly what happened as it pertains to Apple and J Icon. Now, I was speaking to a friend of mine and we were discussing these two individuals. And that person said to me, you know, say, you can't have on a simple jeans, a simple t-shirt. Name brand, it don't have to be name brand. You can be cheap and clean. Not cheap as in any sorts of bootleg, but decent clothing and still look way, way better than most of these persons that you see gallivanting in all of these monkey clothes, these clown suits. Because people, let's face it, a lot of these clothes that these people high brand have and are selling, most of the people that are actually rich are not wearing it. I am not saying that they are not wearing the brand, but you won't know unless you are familiar with the shirt or the pants and you go in at the store. When it comes to these ghetto fabulous, very tacky individuals, because they are so insecure, because them like highlights, because them like spotlight, they are always going to buy the suits, the pants, the shirts that stand out the most, that have the biggest logo, like some sorts of billboard. The people in these stores, them know them have a one piece and a two piece. Yeah, people are going to say, it's one of a kind, but they know that you're not going to find the average person with money that is going to buy that. But you're going to have the average ghetto fabulous, such as Icon and such as Apple, that are willing to, well, they did not spend the money, but me just as say, the same thing applies to the big ballers from mostly the garrison that don't have any sorts of class, any sorts of thing about dressing. So they think that the louder the color, the more that the brand stands out, the more that them look rich, because they are trying to brag on people. So therefore, them have to make people know, say, this are Gucci, this are Fendi, and the only way that they are going to know is if this big G, they smack right now them head like some sorts of that pan cool head. So I say this to say that I see some pictures of these individuals circulating all over social media and people. Yes, the quality might be nice. The quality is definitely good. These name brand people don't sell bad quality stuff. Am I going to say that it is worth the money that they charge for it? Definitely not, but it is brand. And a brand, the price that you pay or the market price is what persons are willing to pay, not what it is worth. So therefore, let's get that right. So I see these people dressing up like Bob's twin, in a Jamaica when you used to broke and poor, and it seems as if your mother go downtown or offer tree, and the people must sell off some things that they are trying to get rid of. Cheap, cheap, cheap. And you have two brother and your mother buy three suit that look the same. Them call it Bob's twin or Bob's triplet, whatever them want to call it. People, me just say, not because something looks loud, something have the brand all over it. The average sensible person that is going to dress or buy any sort of name brand stuff is going to try to avoid the big logo that stand out on the back of your chest like some sort of football or soccer jersey number. So I say this to say that because them love the hype, them like the limelight, they are so ghetto fabulous. Their main goal is to brag and boast and show off on people, make people feel less than what they are, make people feel as if they are doing so good. The image that they put out there is of success. However, success cannot be attained. It is not sustainable when you are thieving. Sooner or later, it is going to catch up to you. It is always going to haunt you. And the same people that you're bragging on is the same people that are going to laugh you to scorn whenever you fall. Such is the case as it pertains Icon and also Apple. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.